Good afternoon and welcome to Highlights for April. We're doing a special show today because we would like to talk about Safe Return program that's being initiated by the police department and our director, Liz Tretiak. So I would like to welcome Liz, our director, and Officer Abu, who both are going to talk about this program and where we started with and how we got to this point. Okay. So
Thank you,
I'll
Anita.
open it up to you, Liz. And
Sure. Thanks so much for having us. I'll give a little bit of the background on this. So we started this program, was it pre-pandemic?
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
wow.
This was just a little baby of a program that we put together because in Massachusetts, in the United States, the numbers of Alzheimer's and dementia is just steadily increasing. Did you say it was 1 in 10?
1 in 10, yeah.
1 in 10 people. In Massachusetts, it's somewhere around 200,000 people have Alzheimer's dementia. So we saw this need in the community and really thought we should do something to be proactive. Some other towns in Massachusetts have a program similar, and the goal of the program is to identify those in the community who have Alzheimer's or dementia and who might wander away from home, gather some information about them, and have that on file with the police department and Elder and Human Services so we can help in an emergency situation or a crisis situation if that person does wander away from home.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And your
So
your
I am
purpose is?
my purpose is that since we've launched this program, so the way it works, like anytime somebody wants to be part of the program, they send an email to us and we can send them a form where they can put their loved ones, all their information and everything, and then the form gets sent to us. So since we started the program, we have about 20 plus people that are currently registered, and we keep their information in case they go wandering, and then we can relay that information back to dispatch. So that way the seconds counts, especially when people go wandering, we don't know, what kind of mental states they're on. Mm-hmm. So we try to find them as quickly as possible that we can. With the information provided to us is very helpful, especially knowing where the person hangs out, what they look like. We ask people to send a photo of their family members along with the documentation.
Yeah.
So when we get those pictures, so we can pass the pictures to the officers and anybody else, we call volunteers to come out and help out if somebody goes missing. Mm-hmm. So we try to pass as many information as possible so that way we can try to find them quickly as possible.
And is that, and you're coordinating it with the department, each of you working together. Do you have a list of people too that you know, Liz, that you would have to, they will call you and say, oh, my loved one is missing, what do I do? Or
This is definitely a program that we refer to. We hear from caregivers quite frequently that their loved one has, started either trying to leave the home or testing the doors or going out and not remembering their way back. And we often refer right to the Safe Return program or help facilitate the contact with the police department because that's where the forms live. I think this program is right on the cusp of a new chapter because we're expanding it a little bit to not just be the form that Officer Abu mentioned, but to also have a kit aspect of it too. Did you want to talk about the kit?
What the safety kit looks like, this is what it looks like. So what we're putting in the safety kit, we're putting a lot of information such as like a GPS. We're adding like door chimes. We're adding like other brochure information that the family can have. The GPS aspect of it is very crucial because right now we don't have any sort of GPS tracking people. With a lot of technology available to people, such as now everyone almost have a cell phone. Everyone's almost, from young to old, everyone's got a cell phone nowadays. So having this GPS thing is definitely going to be very crucial to add part
and
of our safety kit.
How does that work? Is it something they wear on them all the time, or?
Yeah, so we were looking at there's a bunch of different brands that make something similar, but the Apple AirTag is a very small, coin-sized device. Mm-hmm. They make anti-removal cases that you can clip it onto clothing, and it can't be removed unless you have a magnet. And you can't guarantee that someone will always wear the same piece of clothing, but you could clip it onto a shoe. If someone's always wearing the same pair of shoes, you could sew it into a pocket or onto a belt, or wear it as a necklace or a bracelet. So if they do go missing,
You've got that.
well, the caregiver will easily be able to pull up the location of that individual, because time is crucial, absolutely crucial when someone goes missing.
So, but there's several other ways that people can participate for this. It's the same thing. So what we're hoping is that once we get the safety kits in place, we're going to revisit everybody who's already signed up for the program and make this new kits available to everybody who's already in the list, because those lists are there, but if they don't have this new technology that we're trying to incorporate,
It's
gonna
useless.
Be, useless. Yes,
Yeah.
useless. So we're hoping that second we put this safety kit together is to reach out to everybody who's in the list already so far and make all this stuff available to them.
Is this going to be a cost to the family?
No, that's the good part. It's going to be free.
Oh, that's good.
It's going to be free for them, because we somehow figured out a way we can either go through grants or some donations that we received. It's been funded by this program. So we're making everyone available all this stuff that's going to be available to them that they can utilize.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
You just mentioned the word everyone. It made me think of, we've been specifically talking about Alzheimer's and dementia, but you can also participate in this program if you have like a traumatic brain injury, developmental disability, autism. This isn't limited just to Alzheimer's or dementia. You can be someone living with a different condition in the community and still qualify if you are at risk of wandering.
And is there an age limit or no?
No, there is no age limit, because you can find somebody with autism at the age like six and above, or there could be various different ages. But as long as someone is in need of this program, it's going to be available to them.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, we definitely encourage everyone to apply. And
That's really awesome.
And it would seem like, especially with 1 in 10 having dementia, but if you're including autism and all these other conditions, that can be a huge number within a community. That will be beneficial for.
Yeah.
It could be very large. We did, Officer Boo did a lot of the research into the specific GPS systems that are out there, and there's so much available to families, but a lot of them are really cost prohibitive.
Right.
They're astronomical, but you could pinpoint somebody's location down to, you can watch them walk down the road. So there is a lot out there, but we're trying to provide something to the community that's free and easily accessible.
Have you visited the Memory Cafe at the Baptist Church to let all of those people aware of the problem? Because Ann Lee Ellis does the Memory Cafe the 4th Saturday of every month.
I'll be more than happy to go up
And,
there and tell people about
she
it.
deals with a lot of people with issues with their memory. And I was just saying to Liz today, over the last week and a half, 2 of my friends have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I mean, that's, you might see one maybe in your lifetime, but I got 2 good friends that came down with it. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I try to tell people, like, our community is growing here in Littleton, and it's constantly changing. So the more people know about this program, the better it is that we can save someone's life. Because like Liz just said, time is crucial. When somebody goes wandering, we have a lot of waters in the town. We have, there's highways everywhere. So we have to be able to get to those people as quickly as possible so that we can bring them home.
Yeah,
safe.
and there's a lot of woods around too that they can wander into.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you obviously the GPS piece is like crucial. And you mentioned there were other parts to the kit or other things that you hope to get into the kit.
Yeah, the door and window chimes. They're like little magnetic stick-on things that you put on your windows or doors. And if the window or door is opened and the magnetic seal is broken, it sounds an alarm. So if you're the caregiver and you're upstairs sleeping, you'll hear if somebody opens the front door. There are a couple different things that we could add to the kits, like stop signs for the doors, or different signage that would deter someone from a door or a window. And again, we'd have all of the resources that are available to this community as well in that in the kits, like the 24/7 Alzheimer's hotline, helpline, and different tips and techniques for dealing with somebody who might be in crisis or trying to wander. or trying to leave the house in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's including a lot of
Yeah.
things, a lot of useful
yeah.
resources.
Do you see this getting worse? You're dealing with people every day, people coming in to EHS, and do you see more people needing help than before?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm on my 6th year here in Littleton. So I started meeting our residents back in 2018, and it's you can see the progression over time, and I can see it developing. We see more caregivers coming in to look for help and assistance in different areas. It's something we pretty much see every day.
Well, the population's aging, so if you even just take that piece of it,
By itself, yeah. You're going to find more people.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have-
Yeah.
I tell people it's that, you know, what worries me the most is that we have a program that's available in town and not many people knowing about it.
Right.
So the more people know this, the better it is, because we have
That's-
more people moving to town, we have people moving out of town. So it's our community, like I said, Littleton, it's a growing place. And the more people know about this program, the better it really is to, you know.
Is this something that can be put in the town newsletter that goes out every month?
right.
So
Yeah, we
that,
can,
you know,
yeah.
that'll be an article there, and then in the broadcaster, and then put it out on Facebook and everywhere, just, because I know I was trying to get people to come in about their taxes for 3 years, and it was so hard to drag people in, you know, they don't want to get involved, or they don't want to talk about their problems.
Yeah.
And so you really, the more people that know about it, we'll pass it on to somebody else, and
That's true.
hopefully that will get it out more.
Yeah, I try to put out as much places as I could. We put out a Facebook page. I think we mentioned it in the town letter when we sent it out before we had our meeting. So again, today we're probably gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna try to put it out to the town and let people know the resources are there, and we're resources, and we're here to help. So that's the goal here.
And I'm sure Mark will include this in the program that we're doing today.
Yeah,
So as we're
absolutely.
talking about it, he'll put that up so people can
Absolutely.
see that.
Absolutely.
There's our new initiative for getting more information out. That seems to be the theme in the town of things that people need information about. Yeah. So we try
Yeah, we try with our
We
show
try
to
with-
get it out,
to do it on
and we don't
highlights.
mind doing it over
Yeah.
more than once just to get it out there.
Absolutely.
You know, it's important, these things.
That's
So,
very good. Well,
so I thank you both for
you.
coming and
Thank
talking to
you.
us.
Yeah.
And hopefully this helps. Even if it helps one person, we've done something right.
Yeah. If anybody wants to know how to get a hold of us for me or Liz, I'll give my email.
Okay.
It's iabu@littletonpd.com. Again, it's iabu@littletonpd.com.
Okay.
okay.
Very good. Or you can call me, the Council on Aging, 978-540-2471.
We'll be happy. You can either call, email, or we can bring it to you, all this information to your house, and you can fill in the paperwork for the form and provide us pictures, anything until we launch the Safety Kids. The old-fashioned way is doing this is by that paper we have.
Well,
That's right.
which is a good start.
Yeah, it's a great way to start. Yeah, absolutely.
You got to start somewhere, get it
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
But thank you very much for coming and talking to us today.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.